Ooh, Ryan Smith on pole. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pittman Coatings 225. This is going to be an awesome race here. Sorry about a little bit of a late start, having trouble in Discord, or excuse me, with the broadcast picking me up there on Discord for some reason. Don't know why we don't change any settings, but for some reason it seems to always want to change up on us. But we're going to get here, Chris, and get into rhythm here really quick because we got qualifying done and we've got good race cars out on the track. Chris, Ryan Smith here, the Turn 2 Terribles 21. He is going to roll off here pole position. It's good to see the field being changed up here a lot, Chris. These drivers coming out fast this season. We're seeing it here at Las Vegas early. That Turn 2 Terribles 21 going to sit on pole position. We're going to have that number 2 spot, 81, Josh Susi. He is going to sit here on that outside pole. This is looking like a little bit more of a start to the standard of that 81 machine, as he has been starting a little bit through the field here this season. He's going to roll off P2 here tonight and try to get the Nitro boys rolling here early. We'll see Steven Aberstadt, the Lady Liberty Motorsports 31. He'll be starting P3 here tonight with Kevin Click, the 25 Turn 2 Terrible, starting to his outside lane in P4. We'll see Kyler McCarthy. He will start here in that P5 spot in the number 24 Nitro machine, and Caitlin Height in the Lady Liberty, Motorsports number 11, starting in that P6 position. It'll be Troy Wagaman Jr. starting in that P7 spot. The Turn 2 Terribles number 20 is followed up by that number 62, Kevin Gibney. Goodness gracious, Kevin Gibney Jr. starting in P8. Sorry about that. It'll be last week's race winner, Joshua Gaiman, in P9 with Andrew May in P10. We will see Jeremy Zarfos in P11 with Tyler Rush in P12. It's good right now, Chris. I was just letting you catch up with the cameras. It'll be Kip Easley in that P13 position with Bill Hells rolling off here in P14. We'll see Jimmy Barr in 15th here tonight with Ryan Sword in 16th. It'll be Jaden Bingham in 17th with Lucas Nilge's 18th. It'll be 19th position going to Daniel Holdcroft. Chris Lynn going to go 20th. If you want to hop back up on board here, Chris, with the leaders here in a minute. We'll be going live soon. Actually, are we going down the backstretch right now or the front stretch? I can't tell where we're at. No, we're going down the backstretch. Excuse me. It'll be Nick Cannon here in that 22nd starting position with Robbie Bice in 23rd. Matthew Fitz going to be in 24th with Josh Markle in 25th. Aaron Staub in 26th. Ken Baum Jr. in 27th. We'll see William Brown in 28th, George Wood 29th, Stan Mayberry 30th, Carson Pittman 31st, Michael Zuber 32nd, and Shane Weldon 33rd. Sorry about that. Looking at the track all backwards had me confused. I thought we were at the at turn 3, Chris. I didn't know we were coming at turn 2 already. Or as we'll see that pace car off the track. Excuse me, man. I am all over the place with my words here right now. But it will be that 21 of Ryan Smith, the Turn 2 Terribles, bringing us that green flag. Big check up there on the inside lane. But it does look like that outside lane is going to get a little bit of a better start. But that 21 of Ryan Smith, able to roll it off here on that bottom lane. Chris, we're going to see this outside lane probably come alive here a little bit earlier than we usually see at the other tracks here that we've had earlier this season. Las Vegas can be a very too wide, and we will see some very good racing here tonight, I would assume, at Las Vegas.
One of these tracks that I've really got a lot of laps underneath is Las Vegas. You know, you're going to see the low lane working out very well here early on. But as the runs go on, you're going to see them start creeping up to the top lane. You know, we might see a couple people about 20, 25 laps in. You might see
big wobble up there.
Yeah, I was going to see big wobble.
Maybe Jeremy Zarfos, I want to say.
24, Kyler McCarthy making his way up to the top. Maybe got a little loose. Like we were saying, you're going to see a lot of people maybe running this low line early on. But once everybody gets kind of single filed out,
Kevin Click to the inside of Josh Susi.
We start singling out. You're gonna see everybody start moving up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Chris. Kind of killed your train of thought there. As we'll see Josh Susi have the lead, lose the lead. Ryan Smith have the lead, lose the lead. It's everybody kind of shuffling around up here. But Kevin Click, a driver who had a really good run going last race, I should say. Back here in this rhythm, Kevin Click's looking good here so far this early season and can get a run here going. We'll see how he'll finish here tonight as he's rolling in that first position. Up 3 spots, started 4th. And so far here on lap number 3, it's Kevin Click who's out to a good run here, but we'll see how much of this could be pushing and how much of these guys behind him could be saving. Ryan Smith could be on that save early. And we do know how these qualifying 2 race setups tend to change. It could be a tighter car than what Ryan was running, obviously, in qualifying, so it might have to come to him here in these long runs. But overall, Chris, I think we're expecting to see a great race here at Vegas. We're not already 20 seconds from first to third back. We don't got a massive gap from fourth on back already. I mean, these guys look like they've got a good bit of competitive setups going out there. As long as we can keep it clean, I think we're going to see a very, very competitive race here tonight.
Yeah, one of the things that I've been noticing is a lot of drivers back here in the back, they're starting to stack up. I see a lot of 2x2, side-by-side, a lot of drivers riding that top lane, and also, it looks like they're tucking it back down on the inside, but I was saying a lot of drivers up there, or back there in the back, they were all over the place.
But, yeah, we were seeing a lot of that looseness early.
Yeah, I'm also seeing David Smill saying that he's checking in with Team Nitro. He said, just a note with Gibney, he's back in the 31, and Steven will be the 14 full-time going forward.
It is good to hear. I like to hear that, Chris, that we got almost like these alliances, legions almost. It's not even a team really. It's these guys are legions, they're corporations. It almost feels like it's like Monday Night Wars out there. Every time we get on the racetrack, man. You got everybody going at it. It's nice. I like the drivers they've brought in this season. And, we were hearing drivers like Josh Susi, everybody was hyping up this offseason. Hey, watch out for my driver. You saw all the Two Terribles drivers saying, it's going to be my drivers that are fast this season. And it seems like everybody has brought in and brought up that competitive level here so far this season, Chris. And we're going 3 wide here, going off into turn 3 here tonight. And that is Jaden Bingaman with the big drive down there, yeah.
Yeah, you see him water whipping, as I like to call it, out back behind that 24 Kyler McCarthy.
Twisted T got him twisted.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely twisting that steering wheel right now.
I say good advertisement there for the Twisted T car. I mean, he's driving like he's on the Twisted T, man. Is Jaden Bingaman? He's looking for some big runs here. Tightens up a little bit on corner exit. He's gonna almost get in there that 24 of Kyler McCarthy, but gonna roll that corner out, get off the gas. Gonna lose a spot there, but. Looks like he's got Kip easily behind him, who I want to say wasn't in last week's race, right? Kip wasn't here last week, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I don't remember seeing his name.
Yes, I'm watching the ticker right now.
Whoa! And speaking of Kip Easley and Jaden Bingaman, Chris, around goes the 26. He might get that inside wall. He's going to catch the inside wall. That might be night over, though, for the 26. But you got to think there.
I know you're probably listening to driver chat.
I was there for a second, but then I was listening to see if he was blown up or what I could hear. If any, looks like he does maybe have some wheel hoppage.
That my cockpit camera is broken.
Oh yeah, definitely some big damage on that 26, Chris. Yeah, Kip Easley did say he does feel bad for that if that was him. He wasn't trying. He said he was getting tight there. But we'll have to see what that was. I want to say it was when they were coming off corner exit as they were starting to go onto that flat to the backstretch. They might have been on the backstretch already, but Kip Easley did get up there and turn him. And it's, yeah, right off there, coming off that corner. He was getting tight, it looks like. But unfortunate for Jaden. It looked like
not a hard
10 more yards with the wall going out. He probably slows it down, but it's still big damage, though, Chris, at a track like Las Vegas. We're right on board here with Kip Easley. You hear him gassing it up right here, and yeah, that race car is just still going up the racetrack. Maybe he gets out 85% throttle on exit there and not 100% throttle. He doesn't tighten up as much. Just little things as a driver that you have to change up as you go through these runs. I mean, what worked 9 laps ago might not work 9 laps later, with the gas pedal. And, it's just something that happens, You hate it. You hate to do it. Kip obviously didn't want to do it. Yeah, you heard it in the apology. You didn't hear it, but I heard it in the apology. But you hate it. You hate it for people like Jaden Bingaman, especially just kind of a victim, right there. And what are you supposed to do, man? You got to go down pit road and hope you can salvage that 26 machine, Chris, because it was looking like it was a decent race car making moves there early.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for that 26 machine. But maybe not a lot of damage on the front end. You did take the shot. Hopefully it didn't do anything to the steering. That's gonna.
I don't know, man. It doesn't look like he's taking a lot of damage repair. He was on pit road for what?
He was only on pit road for 15 seconds.
Yeah, so maybe he's feeling something in that race car that I don't know. It looked like it had a lot more damage on the front right, did it not?
I mean,
Maybe
it
it
did
didn't. Maybe
from
they
the
were
hood
able to take a
cam.
sledgehammer to it, and
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't look like they fixed it a good
Yeah.
bit actually.
Looks like they even took the
What's going
scratches
on?
out.
A little bit of spray paint, wrap work, and a whole lot of virtual sledgehammers. The 26 looks like he's gonna have maybe a little bit of a salvageable race car here, and maybe Jaden Bingham's night isn't over. I mean, the night did just fire off, Chris. We are 12 laps in here, 150 laps here into the Las Vegas race here, as it is the Pittman Coatings 225. Oh my goodness, I had a brain fart there. That's why I had to, play it off there. Goodness gracious, I almost said the Carson. I was like, well, no, I was like, I know it's Carson Pittman. And I was like, oh yeah, Pittman Coatings. I was like, there it is. That's what was making me remember it. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, goodness gracious. I'm horrible with these race names, Chris. Just like I'm horrible with remembering race winners. I have the stats on screen. I'll still say the wrong things. So look, I'm trying to work on myself here mentally. I've become probably the worst version of myself as a commentator here in these last couple of weeks. And to the fans, I'm going to get better here. I promise. As we're going to keep rolling here. And it looks like we're going to get back to green flag racing, Chris. I'm thinking this is going to be where we're going to see some of these guys who feel like they have fast cars trying to take this opportunity. As who is that on that outside lane? Is that Oversight on the outside lane that's showing as the 14 or the 20 or the 31, excuse me, that's actually the 14?
That's what he was saying in the comment.
Okay.
Saying that he was actually the
14.
14.
You did actually say that. Yeah, and then
he was in the 31, but he was going into the 14.
As the green flag's back out, dude, we'll see. This time, that inside lane definitely got a good start. Kevin clicks, and I'm not going to get hesitated. And it looks like Ryan Smith not able to fire off even really good that time, Chris.
Yeah,
that inside lane kind of came to a halt, and it's going to be an outside lane dominant start as Overstock not able really to extend that speed yet, but it does look like he's getting a good run down the back straightaway. We'll see how he's able to exit 3 and 4 here, but the fast cars are on the bottom. We'll see where this 14 is able to make speed. Looks like he's wiggling a little bit.
I see a little wiggle in that 14.
I say, but if you're loose, you're fast, and the 14 is going to move his way up to that P3 spot, and he's going to have the 21 right there on his back bumper as he drops it down into the bottom. And Josh Susie going to take the outside lane this time, as you see it. Colin McCarthy, that's Jimmy Barr, the number 12 machine, the Ford Mustang Turn 2 Terribles. Those Turn 2 Terribles, Chris, man, they've cranked it up this season. They're looking really good here this season so far. Good setups, fast race cars, and it seems like a completely different mentality, I would say, coming out of that Turn 2 Terribles camp this season.
Yeah, a lot of fast race cars up here. A lot of names that we don't normally get to talk about. We know Kevin Click is fast. But, we've got Ryan Smith, a new driver that is in that 14. Jimmy Barr. It's good to see Jimmy Barr moving his way up through the field. A bearer of an unfortunate events 99% of the time. He always, catches the bad stick. Whoa, as you see the 21 getting
down there.
Loose.
Yeah, the 21's getting loose. The 12's getting loose. We're going to go 3 wide here down the front straightaway. Jimmy Barr saying, I got a fast race car. I can feel my ears burning it. Feel like somebody's talking about me. He's going to get up there, Chris. He's going to become the talk of the show right here. 3 wide going into 1 and 2 here. We'll see if Jimmy Barr is going to be able to make it stick in that Turn 2 Terribles machine. He's got his teammate on his inside. He's got the Lady Liberty Motorsports, Stephen Oberstadt on the outside. And we're still 3 wide here, Chris. This is going to be an intense battle. But it looks like the 14, is going to back off. And that is going to allow that 21 and the 12 to get 2 wide here. Both a little bit of a wiggle there out of 4. They're going to make it stick here. And it was a good little race right there for a moment. 3 wide battle.
Yeah, we're still seeing a lot of battling here side by side. Not a lot of single file racing. You see Josh Susie on the outside of Kevin Click. We got a lot of Turn 2 Terribles guys up here in the top. Whoa, as I see a lot of left and rights going on. You see Colin McCarthy pulling up to the back bumper of that 14. He's moving himself up through the field.
Kevin Click to the inside here. Jimmy Barr coming for the lead, Chris.
I was going to say, you see Jimmy Barr, he's on that inside lane. He's trying to tuck up here. Oh, that 20 looks like he's thinking about it.
Oh, the 20 is going to go to it, Chris. Troy Wagaman Jr. He's going to go to the inside of his teammate. That's going to go Turn 2 Terrible sandwich right there as it put the 21 of Ryan Smith that looked like into the wall there for a moment.
Wonder if that was it looked like they kind of went around like they had that kind of planned out.
I'm not sure, but Troy Wagaman is moving
Yeah, I
through
was
the
gonna
field
say.
right now, Chris. Started this race in 15th, currently your P4, P3 position, and he is right there on the back bumper as he hops up out of the gas, and he's back on the throttle. And man, these guys are moving. The Turn 2 Terribles look like they have bought the race set up here tonight, Chris. And then it's got this fast, short run speed here. We're going to have to see how it's going to be able to keep the tires under them in the long run. But right now, they are looking mighty fine there in the Turn 2 Terribles camp tonight.
Yeah, we're also seeing. It sounds like a world war going on outside. I hear about 4 or 5 jets going off. But whoa, you're seeing Kevin Click move to the inside. I was going to say these Turn 2 Terribles guys, like you were saying, Josh, a lot of speed coming underneath them now. Seeing these, whoa, is Susie getting a push down the backstretch?
He's getting a big push down the backstretch. It looks like Troy Wagaman Jr. is saying, "Let me go. Beep, beep, I am coming through."
Yeah, let's see if he can make it
that
stick on this
20
outside
is
lane.
fast, Chris. That 20 is fast right now. Did he get new tires there on that caution? Is that why he's so fast? Whoa, Kevin Click!
Contact between Susie and the 81. That is the thing. They can go below that white line, but you do not have to give any room coming back up. And you see right there, that is a prime example of you do not have to give any room. You can hold that line as long as you're, as long as you can.
Well, new leader here, lap 21, Chris, is Troy Wagaman Jr. Turn 2 Terribles. Jimmy Barr out there in that second place. You got to think here, Chris, the Turn 2 Terribles got to feel like they're in the driver's seat right now. And if you're Troy Wagaman driving through the field like that, you got to feel pretty confident. Why did it say that Troy Wagaman was 11 positions up earlier? Now it's saying he's only 6. I'm sorry about that. My SDK must have been going through one of those moments. But Jimmy Barr is definitely up 13 positions.
Yeah, he's
that's
definitely
for sure.
up 13 positions.
But Troy Wagaman started in 7th position. I said he started 15th. I might have saw Jimmy Barr's or something. I don't know. I might have just been a little bit dyslexic there and, looked there, got them mixed up. Who knows?
I'm watching Troy Wagaman right now. Joshua Gaiman. I'm watching him run this top lane. I see him starting to kind of bite up there towards the top. I noticed these last couple of laps, he's been biting a little closer and closer towards the top. We'll see if he kind of sticks with it.
He's going to go low lane here, tuck up behind that Nitro 24 of Kyler McCarthy, but that 21 of Ryan Smith into the outside wall. He's going to get a little bit of a pancake shot there, a Las Vegas stripe. If you gamble on the gas pedal, Chris, sometimes you're going to pay here at Vegas. Whoa, George Wood through the grass.
Doesn't look like they're going to throw the caution right away. See, I'm still reversing. Probably just going to pull it onto the pit lane. As I saw the marker come up for him, we'll see if we can go back and catch what happened to him here in just a second.
Chain Weldon apparently got loose.
Oh, yeah, you just see it, just nowhere for him to go. Just takes a shot to that front end.
Caution's out. Do we just have a wreck? Or is George Wood in pit road? I'm not sure what's happened here.
I'm gonna see. Click the marker just to see. Is maybe not really sure. I'm going back just to see. Wondering if it's maybe because he's down there on the apron.
No, he's off the racing line.
I
mean, it threw the caution late. I'm not sure what.
I don't see
maybe when he re-entered the track, it didn't see him going racing pace. I'm not sure there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any markers.
Unless we just, and as I say, I saw no positions changing when the caution happened. That's usually the main thing I tell is who's flying through the timer. And I saw nobody on the timer change, Chris, so I would assume that was probably for George Wood pulling back out on the track, and iRacing just saw something it didn't like. as it looks like pit road is going to be wide open for pretty much everyone. This time, George Wood will be the one who comes down next round. But it looks like Josh Susi is going to win that race out of pit road. Kyle McCarthy, Caitlin Height, Joshua Gaiman. Man, the Nitro drivers and Nitro camp taking a big advantage of that, as it's going to be Susi, McCarthy, Height, Gaiman, and Steven Oberstadt. That is going to be your top 5 there, Chris.
Yeah, I'm
What a good pit
wondering,
stop from those drivers.
gas only down pit lane for 7 seconds. Everybody else down for 15. Kevin Gibney was the only one for that Nitro team in the back to take fuel, but he actually lost 4 positions from his starting position, but could have moved up a little bit from that. I see he did take fuel only as well. So I'm wondering if a little bit of a strategy here from these Nitro guys and gals, because we do know Lady Liberty, even though they aren't a part of Nitro, they are a part of Nitro.
Well, it's like, like the sister team, I would assume. We wanted to not have so many teams that were 30-man teams, because it seemed like it was going to get that way with how big these teams have gotten, Chris. We have, like you said, Nitro, Lady Liberty, Sparkle Unicorn, Prestige Worldwide, Turn 2 Terribles, Turn 1 Terribles. But I think they've all just kind of filed under Turn 2 Terribles.
I think they gave up the Turn 1 Terribles moniker.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't really seen anything about it.
I wonder how they do the setups there between Nitro and Lady Liberty. Like, is it Lady Liberty still gets the info on it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll have to if we get a hold of one of these guys, we'll have to ask them.
As the pace car is going to turn left here, Chris, and Joshua Susi, Kyler McCarthy going to bring this Full Throttle Cup Series back to green.
Whoa.
As the Pittman Coatings 250 back to green, it's going to be that outside lane once again. Not firing off good here, as the inside lane controlled by Josh Susi will go smoothly. And that 11 of Caitlin Height, she is going to pull that Lady Liberty Motorsport up into that second position on the bottom lane. Is that what livery is that? I want to say it's like a Williams W, but I don't want to say it's Williams because I don't know if it is. But it is. Yes, I'm smart. Okay. I was about to say, that looked like a Williams W. So the Williams are racing, and Doritos 11. Oh, man, now I want Cool Ranch Doritos. That's not fair. Dang. Shouldn't have looked at that livery, Chris.
Yeah, I kind of feel
now
that
now. Do they still have Cool Ranch Dorito Locos Tacos at Taco Bell?
I don't think
that's still a thing.
I don't know. I don't actually know.
They used to ask you when you would get a Doritos Locos Taco if you wanted nacho or Cool Ranch, and now they just always give me nacho cheese. They never ask me. And I haven't thought about that for years, man. Somebody that's probably in the chat right now knows and is like, dude, this guy is like way behind. It's probably been years for all I know. Or they could still be there. I don't know.
See,
cinnamon twist and some tacos, man. But let's get back to racing. Sorry.
No, you're good. Joshua Gaiman, it looks like he might have had a little bit of a loose spell come up under him. He lost a couple of positions. I see Troy Wagaman moving his way back up through the field. He did lose a couple of positions on that pit stop, but he's now all over the back bumper of the 24 of Kyler McCarthy. It looks like he was going to get into the back of him, but didn't. Whoa, contact there from the 14 and the 12, and I see the 33 also getting a little bit of contact there with the 13 of William Hobart. The back of this pack
Whoa, caution!
Starting to stack up. So I don't see a marker for the yellow flag. That looks like. Oh, there it is.
Is it Zarfos? We see Bill Hells who we're on board with. Oh, the 31. Did they netcode? They look like netcode, or the 31 just got wicked tight.
Yeah, see.
I mean, really, where the 31's at there, that's a
So,
spot that you're going to get tight.
so I'm a little confused here now. I see Steven Oberstadt's in the 31, so he's the one that's in the 14. Yeah, oh, I saw it right there. You see a little looseness right there. You can't see it from that camera.
Did William Brown completely get out unscathed?
Yes, it looks like he might have.
Dude's freaking hood looks like a stained glass piece. Oh, he got into him a little bit. I mean, not his fault by any means, William Brown's, but
Oh, Carson Pittman.
dang, Carson Pittman took a big shot. Matthew Fitz took a big shot.
Also taking a big shot.
Did
there.
Robbie Bice take a hit? I was about to say, it looks like Robbie Bice is down pit road as well right now, so I think he got some damage. Possibly Kip Easley as well. He's down pit road. That 31 was a good-looking race car, too. Oh, man, Robbie Bice is stuck. No. He's done for.
Says he's
That's
in
Robbie Bice's
first
night
place.
over. Yeah, it says that for me as well. It's probably just a timing bug. When they come back around this time and are scored, it's because he towed, I think. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, he
And
totally got
iRacing
in
sees
front
him
of the-
past the it sees him past the finish line or something before them. I don't know. There are so many people trying to talk right now that no one's keyed up. I've just seen 38 names. Oh, now it's working. Okay.
It might have been a little further back. Yeah, you see him just take a shot as well.
Somebody just said, "Hey, that 31 car has a 14 on the side."
Yeah, so see, that's what I'm saying. I got a little confused there. The 31 in game has a 14.
Wagman.
Has a
I think
14.
it was somebody said it. Oh man, look who snuck his way up here, Chris, in that 2 machine. I forgot he even existed in the league, man. He was so far in the back there.
Oh,
I'm
come
just messing
on.
with you. I'm just messing around, man. It was a joke. It was a joke. You think I'm gonna forget about the 2-time back-to-back, man? Come on. Come on. I mean, I do forget a lot of things. I forgot Josh Gaiman is one of, that was his second race win last week. I'm all over the place, man. I'm so scatterbrained. You work full time, you come home, you basically go from working full time to this on Wednesday nights. It can be a hassle on the brain sometimes. I feel like some nights I'm more locked in than others. Tonight I'm not locked in with grammar. Clearly, dude, I can't talk tonight to save my life.
Well, Josh, I've got word from YouTube from Jennifer LaFawn. There is no Cool Ranch Doritos tacos.
Oh man, I told you somebody in the chat would definitely tell me, and that's
not the answer you were looking for.
Not the answer I was looking for, but I mean they really weren't that great.
Whoa.
I won't lie. But Ken Baum. Speaking of him, big checkup.
Yeah, you saw the pinball effect there, but it looks like he's going to keep it underneath him and keep going.
Well, Levitt didn't get off to a good start at all. Kaylin Height started on the outside lane. She was not able to get that outside lane rolling there.
Yes, we'll stay on board here with the action. I was going to go back and see if we could see what happened with Ken Baum, but since we're going green flag, everything's under control. He's got it going. We're going to stay up here. But, yeah, you were saying Caitlin Height lost a couple of positions on that outside lane. Wonder if she didn't have a good start compared to the 81 of Susie. We know Susie, he is dictating the pace of the start pace. So we're going to see him also always get out to a good start. But maybe she just didn't have a good start on that. We see her fall back a little bit. Man, the 12 of Jimmy Barr on the inside. Could see a new leader here at lap 37. It looks like Susie going to go ahead and surrender it. So lap 38, Jimmy Barr, new leader. Whoa, Kyler McCarthy getting a little loose, going to go to the top lane. That's going to open up the door for Troy Wagaman. He's going to dive to the inside. Ken Baum's now got it underneath him. He's on that inside lane. He's got Caitlin Hyde on the outside. And we also see, I want to say this 25 of Kevin Click coming up on the back of Ken Baum on that outside lane. Now he's moved up to the top lane. Whoa, is Nick Cannon getting a little loose back there.
I'm definitely liking what the package and these setups are bringing here tonight. This is a good race. 3 wide here, man. Ken Baum, big drive. Look at the 24. He is riding that outside lane. He's going to give him a big slingshot down the back stretch. Oh, we got a caution. It looks like Jaden Bingaman possibly.
Whoa, the 69.
Oh, yeah. That is bad shots here.
Oh, I see that
we'll
front wheel
check out this. Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's so shoved up into the front right of the car, you can barely see it. You don't even see it from this angle. I'll have to check out here what happened to the 26. We'll do an old school blockbuster rewind here if you want to. Or we do got a marker for it.
So going into turn 1.
That's Stan Mayberry in front of him. That's the 82. Whoa. That's Josh Markle, and it looks like did he? Oh my gosh!
Looks like maybe the
he
26.
drive over the nose of Markle. I think that's Bingaman might think he was clear there. We'll see here from the hood view. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's on Bingaman there.
I mean, I see where he was going. And then you just see Matthew Fitz get loose on his own.
I think Matthew Fitz checked up some.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking,
Mountain dude him out the way.
Jaden Bingaman had a good run on that outside lane. You see, he comes off the wall. He's clear. I mean, technically, if you're looking at it, he's clear. I'm trying to find a good camera.
I'm not
you're
sure
seeing
there.
it, but he's having to get off the gas. That 82's just in it a little more. And you're seeing the contact there. I mean, I'm just gonna chalk that up to not really anybody.
Looks like he might have got lucky. Yeah, Matthew Fitz might have just taken a little bit of a back bumper, like Formula Drift tapped. He's just gonna have to go through a set of tires that he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put the blame on him. I'm just gonna say that was open. You know, that lane was open whenever he was going down there, but just that momentum, probably having to get out of the gas and that.
I mean, he hears clear and probably thinks he's carrying the momentum. I see where he's going. Like I said, I've made that same mistake plenty of times. Done that same exact move, thinking I've got it. Even when you tell yourself not to do it, you still go out there and do it sometimes. So, you know, not something that you think, you know, is that he was just wanting to go out there and do. But I see where he was going, and unfortunate, that's what happens when you think you make some moves sometimes. Sometimes thinking in race cars is what gets you. You just got to do.
Yeah, it's one of those unfortunate things, you know, like he just said, you know, on that outside lane, you've got all that momentum and you go down there trying to cut off trying to get that better track position, move down to the inside, and that inside car just has a little bit better. Yeah, just has a little bit better momentum.
That big run through the tri-oval, and then I see what he's doing. He has to lift off a little bit to throw it down from the top lane to the inside. You got to get off just a little bit when you're running that fast on that through that top lane to the tri-oval. So he lifts off and throws it to the bottom lane. He was probably about to gas it back up too, but that 82 at Josh Markle just on a different line, probably lifting a little bit later. And then, yeah, you know what happens there. Yeah, he just got caught up in what we would call a racing incident.
Yep. That's what I would call it. It's just a racing incident. One of those things that, you know, what was it that Cletus said? You should have zigged when you should have zagged, and he zagged when he should have zigged.
Sorry, folks, giving an EOL. He said his wheel died on him. Which is rare. We rarely get EOLs unless it was Bill Hell's last season at the start of every race. But Jeremy Zarfos asking for the EOL, and he will receive. Not asking, having to beg, man. It's bad when you got to beg for an EOL, you know. I'll tell you now how lenient they are in here, man. It'll be green, 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 and a great start from Jimmy Barr, Chris. And another bad start there from Ken Baum, just not firing off.
Ken Baum not having a good start here. When it comes to starting off, see Kalen Height on that back bumper. See if he has anything to say. We know Ken Baum is one of those drivers that we always have to keep our eyes on. Also, another driver, keep your eyes on that 24, Colin McCarthy, got himself up in that second spot now. But let's not talk about that 12 of Jimmy Barr, though. Right up here in the lead. Moved himself up 14 positions. Good track time for him.
Ooh, 24 looks like he got a little bit tight. But yeah, Chris, Jimmy Barr doing an excellent job.
Whoa,
started in that 15th position tonight, yeah. He's up in first and 3 wide for a second there down the back straightaway. They are going to shoot it back down to that 2 wide as it was. I want to say Nick Cannon that was that third car. Is Nick Cannon another driver, Chris, here on a good run? He's up 15 positions. You hear how much they're out of the gas, man. They're feathering it. They're touching it. They're getting on it.
Yeah, it's going to stack
wide
up
here again for just a moment. As Wagaman's going to get a big run there on the outside lane. And see, that was the move there that Wagaman just made on the 21. That Jaden Mingaman thought he had. Just wasn't as clear as he thought he was. So, if you did see what Wagaman did there, he drove across the outside lane over Ryan Smith and was able to make that run stick. Exactly what Bingaman was trying to do. His just didn't work because he was not clear by like a quarter of an inch. So, unfortunate for Jaden Bingaman here again tonight, but we'll continue back going. He was our last caution if you're just catching up. 2 cautions here tonight overall. We had one for, I want to say, George Wood when he was re-entering the track after a wreck. And then we had our second caution of the night there just a moment ago with Jaden Bingaman. Got called up there with the 82 at Josh Markle on turn 1 and 2. But 47 laps here so far, Chris. Only 2 cautions. And we've seen a hell of a good job here from our lead pack in the racing. And you know, we were just talking about how he's had 2 bad starts in a row. And that's our 3rd caution of the night. Excuse me.
3rd.
And we'll see Ken Baum here, though, after his 2 bad restarts, find the pace here. Oh, and around goes Josh Susi. He's going to go into the wall. And that was William Brown that got into the back of the 81 of Josh Susi, but it sounds like he was getting pushed, Chris. Or it's not sounds like, but looked like he was getting pushed. And yeah, Ryan Smith did just confirm that he did push the 9. The 9's going to say it's unfortunate. It is one of those deals, but I don't think I've heard anything from the 81. We'll see here as we go off into 3 and 4. Now we'll hit that blockbuster rewind. As Josh Susi is the car you're looking at. As we'll go on the back bumper. Now you're seeing that Ryan Smith. Oh, there we go. So get on board there. He's giving the push to Susi. He's going to go down here into the corner. And then, yeah, he's getting pushed right there. You can see he's getting linked up on. Let's go to another camera here to see. Let's confirm those pushes from a spectator's view. And we'll get on here. Because I think that killed Susi's night. I'm pretty sure I saw his front right.
Yeah, we're seeing the 21 giving William
Brown
big
shot to the 8, or 9, excuse me. But you got to think there, Chris. William Brown did go across the nose and had to check up big time. So did kind of put himself in that predicament where he caused a little bit of a check up there on that inside lane. You see, we had multiple cars get out of whack because of it. Maybe not ill will by the 9, but maybe not the best predicament to throw himself down there. I think if he holds the outside lane there, they might have kept rolling. But, you know, hey, the moves are made. It happens, and we're going to keep going here. Yeah, we still had him wrecking.
Yeah, somebody went down pit lane as well. It was just getting slowed down. Looks like Bill Hells was able to get it collected back up. But, like we always say, he used to take EOLs, so be able to work his way back through. He's right now.
And it could have been one of those things. It could have been one of those things, though, Chris, too, that, you know, William Brown in the momentum, he feels like he has the momentum to stay there. And maybe the 21 just didn't check up as much. I mean, the 21 did apologize. He didn't get mad at the 9, so it does seem like it was all like one of those things that they all kind of agreed on. But I will say, I think if the 9 just stays in that high lane for 3 and 4, he's got the fast race car, and unfortunately, it does collect the 81 of Josh Susi there. But hey, these ordeals happen in racing, man. I mean, you hate to be on the receiving end, and you hate to be on the sometimes you hate to be on the end that's delivering it. But it sounds like here tonight that's not what a lot of these drivers have had in their mind when they go out there and do make this contact. It's definitely not any COTA situations or anything out there right now, but we are going to get back to racing here, Chris, and it does look like I think that's not going to kill Susi's night. It does seem like he's trying to fix as much as he can. I don't know if he's going to be able to get back out there. I swear I saw that front right tucked up a little bit. But, they can fix those race cars a lot more now on pit road. We'll see what he's going to be able to do there with that 81 machine.
Yeah, I've seen drivers drive with their steering wheel completely sideways, so I'm not going to count them out. But, I mean, with a shot
I've seen
like
you
that,
finish top 3 with a sideways steering wheel.
Yeah, I have. I've done it plenty of times. Done it actually a couple of times in races.
Yeah, trust me. I know you like to hit that outside wall for the tribal.
I do. For some reason, I don't know. I mean, I know the reason, but trying to pick up a vape. But, we're not going to talk about that.
That was so funny, man. I'll never forget. What are you doing? Oh, that was awesome. All right, we're going to get back here as the iRacing Ford Mustang going to turn left, Chris, and it's going to be the Ford Mustangs bringing us back to green. Turn 2 terribles. Green, and Ken Baum. 10 times better start that time, my guy. He's going to get rolling good this time. And it's going to be a turn 2 terribles. Top 4 here right now, Chris. But Nick Cannon, William Brown, they've extended themselves up 17 and 22 positions with their light. And they're going to see if they can get up here and mix it up, Chris. Josh Susi right now out of this race. And you got to think with those older tires, maybe these Lady Liberty Motorsports and Nitro drivers are maybe not having that great of a time right now. But they do have a lot of extra sets.
As it looks like Susi might have.
Oh, let me see if he disconnected. Yep, sorry, I did have my ticker down. It does say that he did manually disconnect.
Is that 20 of Troy Wagaman, and William Brown was about to make contact there. It looks like that 20 was going to go down on that inside lane, but he was not clear. You see him tuck back up to that outside lane. We'll see if that 9 has anything to say here. We do know that that 9 and 7 both on Prestige Worldwide, so do have a couple of new teams showing their face up here in the top 5.
Gotta say, you got a really good run here from Brandon and Dale Doback, dude. Brennan and Dale Doback, I mean, they are looking great, dude. And you got to think, like, back in the day before, they left Sparker Unicorn, would Matthew Fitz, if he was Prestige Worldwide, would he be Robert Doback? I'm not calling him dad ever, even if there's a fire.
Kim Baum.
Matthew better not get in my face because I'll drop him, dude. I'm telling you. Nah, I'm just messing around, dude. Quoting the movie Step Brothers, obviously Prestige Worldwide. But we'll get back here going here, Chris. Ken Baum using the apron and using it wisely. He's taking it to his turn 2 terrible teammate, Jimmy Barr. But look at Troy Wagaman Jr. He's going to the outside lane, high side hustling. He's trying to go 3 wide here. These turn 2 terribles are up here driving like they're in group 15 in practice, man, and nobody else is behind them. They're just having a blast. They're setting the pace of the race right now, Chris.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of position changes going on right now. Wonder if they're just fighting
to
for
the apron.
Fighting for whatever.
As I say, the 25's not going to be able to stay on the low lane there. That's going to allow the 9 to get a big run here to the inside, and he's going to take this 4th position possibly away from the 25. But that outside lane does seem to be coming alive a lot stronger here in these early runs, Chris. Definitely got a lot more rubber down up there, and that outside lane, it seems to be moving. Just got to find the run as Kevin Click was wobbling, wiggling. He's going to get it under control. What happened? And you see those race cars there from that camera view if you were paying attention. Those bouncing around. Las Vegas does have a very bouncy low lane there in 1 and 2. Not the smoothest track in the world, but a very fun racetrack to race at. It's not bad. It's definitely way smoother here on the turn 3 and 4 side, but you got your bumps there on that low lane. But I love Las Vegas, man. An awesome track to race at. And you're seeing why this Gen 7 package definitely bringing out a good show here tonight for the Full Throttle series. Is woo! William Brown getting bullied by the 7 and the 9 there. Because that's a 3 of Lucas Nilge's Team Sparkle Unicorn. That's William Brown's teammate from last season. As we'll see how Nilge's will play along with his old teammates there. But right now, it's looking like William Brown is saying that I'm feeling fast. This car's looking fast, and we're going to see if we can take this Gamer Supps Prestige Worldwide number 7 bow tie up to the front here.
Ooh, you're seeing a good run here. It looks like Jimmy Barr losing a little bit of track position.
Yeah, he's losing some space here.
Falling back.
He's definitely using that right rear up. You see how he's coming up that outside lane a lot, or that inside lane, and he's running up the track. Yeah, he's definitely eating that right side up. He's getting into the corner just a little hot here, overcooking that right side. You're going to see him fall off here just a little bit if he doesn't get off that right side here soon. It does look like he's still getting good runs out of 3 and 4. It just seems like in 1 and 2, he's washing up a little bit more than he should be here on the slow lane.
Yeah, Ken Baum going to lead that last lap.
And that time he had a lot better turn, but it looks like that 7 has got a big run on the outside lane, Chris. Nick Cannon wants to try to get up here and lead this race, but no matter... Whoa, my goodness! Troy Wagaman cuts his teammate off right there, as that was almost bad. The 20 and the 25 almost made a 45. They almost hit the wall. They would have made one car right there, combined numbers and everything.
Oh, as
the 7-0 to the outside, loose. Kevin Click getting tight there, tight, loose, whatever it was. He was washing up the track, and that's going to allow the 9 of William Brown to the inside now. He's battling here to the inside, but Ken Baum's loving what he's seeing behind him. Started 27th here tonight. The number 2 Toyota Camry, back-to-back 2-time champion here, as he is rolling this number 2 Toyota Camry up to first place. Biggest gainer in the field, and he's feeling good here right now, leading this race here at lap number 61.
Yeah, William Brown, though, he's like, hey, man, I'm at 23. I'm coming up there trying to get as many positions as you. So we'll see if these Prestige Worldwide guys have anything to say. But, man, right now, these turn 2 terrible guys, they're holding on to this front position. We see Kevin Click still riding that outside lane. Nick Cannon working that inside lane. We'll see how he tries to get up here and get around him. You see a big draft to the back bumper of that 20. Should be a push there from the 7. Yeah, you see that 20 get a little loose. A little bit of a shot there from the 70. That's trying to open up the door. That 20 going to get a little loose coming through corner exit. This should open up the door for him. Yeah, you're going to see him go to the inside. Oh, it looks like he had to get out of it as well.
And, Chris, we know how Troy Wagaman got up into this top 5. I mean, yeah, he started 7th here tonight. So you're thinking, oh, didn't make his way up to the top 5 that hard, right? But no, he's had a little bit of a night, didn't move back to about that 10th position, but it seemed like they're towards, what, about lap 30, lap 35 before we had those string of cautions in that lap 40 to 50 area. He just started moving there when we got green there for a moment. So we'll have to see if that 20 of Troy Wagaman, as these laps are starting to tick off here in this green flag run, if he's going to be able to find that speed again. That 20 was looking wicked fast earlier, but right now I got to say the guys that are looking wicked fast here in this run, surprisingly to me, is those Prestige Worldwide drivers. They've brought it to the table here and maybe adjusted on the car a little bit, whatever it is. Here over the last couple runs, they've found the speed. They've kept the noses clean. And right now, they're still looking fast, Chris. That 9 is passing, and he's passing the 20 big time on the outside. And that looks like that's going to open the door for Jimmy Barr to the inside there. Oh, he's loose. He's loose. He's wrecking it. He saved it, though. He was wrecking it. You saw that thing was sideways for a second.
Yeah, good save there from that 12. Whoa, we're also seeing Michael Super go to the top lane, maybe a little loose from him. I'm seeing Kyler McCarthy also losing a couple of positions back here. Was in that 10th spot, now moved back to the 13th. Wonder if he had a little issue in that car. Right now, everybody's getting kind of spread out here up front. You're going to see these drivers start catching each other, maybe in down these back stretches. Right, we might see William Brown here and Nick Cannon link up and try to push up here to the front.
Well, try to give Ken Baum and Kevin Click speed right now, Chris. I think Nick Cannon might have used his equipment up here a little early, maybe. I don't know, maybe just a bad run there that we came back to spectating him on, because the 9 of William Brown looked wicked fast off a corner exit in 2 compared to the 7 there. But it does seem like he's halted that progress of the 9 coming out of 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long it's going to take, or how long these guys are going to run this inside lane. Do know that a lot of drivers do like the outside lane. I am an outside lane guy. I love the outside lane here at Las Vegas. But it's one of those things like we were talking about last week, or any track that has an outside lane, you have to go up there and start clearing the marbles off, because even though, it is a sim and you don't really think about it, there are tire marbles all up in up in those grooves. And, it's a little loose up there at first because you have to clear all those marbles off. But once you
Oh,
get it
here
clear,
comes
you can
that
get a lot of
20
speed.
of Troy Wagaman. He's finding that speed again, Chris. Something coming alive in that 20 machine.
Yeah, on the outside of that 9 is the 20 of Troy Wagaman. Ooh, a little loose maybe from the 20.
Yeah, but that's going to give him just a little bit of speed there coming off the corner. He's able to keep it up. But he is going to be too wide there going into corner. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to find some speed. He's going to tighten up a little bit, have to back out of the gas. But this 9 and William Brown and this 20 here of Troy Wagaman Jr. look to be very equal on speed. And Michael Zuverchrist, another big mover here. 26th position,
26
started in that 32nd spot, second to last spot. I mean, he started right there.
Yeah, so
on the last row of the grid.
The Prestige and the Team Sparkle guys, maybe they got a good setup underneath them, because we've got 4. Well, technically, I mean, I don't know if they are actually considered.
I was thinking that earlier. I mean,
like, I don't know. We do know that they came from the Sparkle team, so that's where I'm going with that. So, maybe they're still using the same setups. I'm not really sure. A lot of these drivers change up setups. They do their own, setup hunting. So that's one of those things that's very interesting about this league. Not a lot of leagues, not a lot of leagues like to do the open setups. They like to do the fixed setups. They don't like to have to tweak anything. They just want to run it and go. But that's the great thing about Full Throttle. We're watching right now Ken Baum and Kevin Click just completely run off with the first and second position, as they pretty much did last week for the entire race. We know Kevin Click, one of those unfortunate drivers that got, I want to say last week, did get involved in a wreck. And at the end of the race, had a really strong car the entire race, but just an unfortunate wreck fest got him. And is William Brown into the wall. You see Nick Cannon, Michael Zuver was all over that quarter panel. Whoa, is Zuver. Big drive in there. Up into that 4th spot, Michael Zuver.
Whoa, I just saw Josh Gaiman drop due to upload packet loss.
Four wide.
Four wide, and Jimmy Barr's around. That's a turd too terrible sandwich. He's got the 72 at Tyler Rush, Turtle Shell Motorsports Dex 72, man. He got...
Everybody hold the brakes.
We'll have to see what happened here. Andrew May, Jimmy Barr, man. Unfortunate. You're talking about unfortunate events there. So who originally made it 4 wide? I'm not sure who. Let's roll it back there a little bit. Should we see drivers come down for tires?
It looks like the 72 had a good run. You see the 12 getting loose. He gets to the 22 at Andrew May. They take it 4 wide there. And then the 12 just going off of the front end of the 22. Unfortunate for them. Man, unfortunate for the 12.
That's
Jimmy Barr. That's a big shot for him. I mean, he was on a tear this entire race.
Man, Joshua Gaiman was disconnected for 3 laps, and I didn't even notice it. That's unfortunate. He's on lap 68 still.
Unfortunate for last week's race winner, man.
That's the struggle of online racing, Chris.
It is. That is the struggle of online racing.
I mean, really, even on land, that could happen. I mean, computer crash or something, you could definitely have it happen. But just in general, that's what stinks about anything e-sport related like that. It's just very competitive, very, very disheartening when you've spent a lot of time, you've put a lot of effort, if you've practiced all week, fine tuning the setup, getting exactly right, and then bam, 5 laps down because, or actually close to 7 laps down because of what? Because the internet dang dropped or something. That's just,
Right.
you hate it, man. You hate it.
Unfortunate. But I also want to point out, Josh, Kyler McCarthy, Caitlin Height, Steven Oberstadt, Tyler Rush didn't, or Chris Lynn did not come down pit lane. So they did come down at lap 48. Kyler McCarthy, Caitlin Height, Steven Oberstadt, Tyler Rush, all did come down lap 48. Also, Chris Lynn did come down lap 48. So they are on fresher tires than the other guys were, but now everybody behind them is on fresher tires. It looks like going to pull up here to the line. The caution lights are out. So Kyler McCarthy going to be bringing the field to the green. See how these older tires work out for these 5 drivers up here in the front. So here at lap 76, coming to lap 77, Kyler McCarthy going to be bringing the field to the green. Caitlin Hyde on that outside lane. Steven Oberstadt behind.
Green, green, green.
Behind that 24. Green flag. Whoa, the 32.
32!
Big stack up
Bad
there.
start for Chris Lynn. These turn 2 terribles have all had a bad start here, it seems like, tonight. Not every one of them, but a good bit of them have. At one point on that inside lane, had a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, as we're going to see a lot of stacking up here. That 32 of Chris Lynn on those older tires. You're going to see Ken Baum should be able to start catching them pretty quickly. We see Kevin Click already making short work of them. Already up into that 3rd position. Chasing down Caitlin Height. Should take this outside lane. Middle to outside will be that 25. A lot of stacking up. A lot of 3 wide going on back there, I see. But whoa, is everybody going a little sideways coming out of the corner. Going to keep it underneath them. Now we're 3 wide. Caitlin Height in that middle sandwich. She's going to go back to that 4th position. You see Nick Cannon on that outside lane. William Brown right behind that 7. Seeing Ken Baum making good work of that 24 now. Those older tires are just not working out for them. They maybe thought there was going to be another caution early on. Not really sure what was going on in those
I mean, Chris, it's still only lap 79 out of 150, man. Everybody's used a lot of set of tires here. They've still got, what, 3?
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't think about that. You are correct.
They could be onto something here.
Yeah, we're seeing that 11 and that 24 right now losing a couple of positions. At 24, Kyler McCarthy now falling back to that 6th spot. At 11, a Caitlin Hyde on that back bumper as well. You see the 3 there of Lucas Nilges on that outside lane. Maybe go around here, the 24. Right now, Kevin Click, Ken Baum doing what they were doing pretty much a couple weeks ago, just running off with the lead. But Nick Cannon and William Brown are hoping they can keep that 2:25 in their sights. As you're seeing a lot of washing up back here, 3 wide going into turn 3.
Yeah, I don't like seeing this 3 wide here, Chris. And Caitlin Height probably doesn't like it either. On these old tires, we're seeing these old tire drivers fall off here big time, and I'm pretty sure this is very uncomfortable falling to the field like this.
Yeah, personal best lap times for Nick Cannon, William Brown, Michael Zuver, all 29.91, 29.91, 29.95. So good laps there. Just going to show you they are still on that back bumper. Personal time for Nick Cannon, fastest lap for him, 29.87. Seeing him use a little bit more equipment up than Kevin Click and Ken Baum right now. Got a little bit faster times than them. Yeah, as you're seeing, those older tires are just showing their ugly head. Caitlin Height falling back here to that 14th position. Kyler McCarthy still holding on to a good position right now. But might see those older tires just come back to bite him. Right now, Kevin Click under attack from that Prestige Worldwide. Nick Cannon. See him take the inside lane. William Brown going to also, well, I say that, he's going to go back up to that outside lane, but you'll see him get down back to that inside lane behind that number 7. Should be a new leader here at lap 85. No, I say that.
I don't know, Chris.
Oh,
he is.
Yep.
He's your leader.
He is your leader at the last second. Yeah, I wonder how hard these guys are pushing, though, to get up here in the
with a
front.
big drive in there.
See, Kyler McCarthy just lost a position. He's also he just lost another one, falling back to 11th. Caitlin Height falling back to 17th. Chris Lynn back to 20th. It just goes to show you those older tires just not where you want to be.
Yeah, especially against new tires on a track like Vegas.
Yeah, especially on a track
They're
like this.
They're going to get that couple mile an hour for a good couple laps until they finally start to fade out. But they're going to be very good.
Yeah, Kevin Click has moved himself back up into the lead. Didn't let the 7 hold on to it for too long. But we'll see if Nick Cannon has anything to say. We know he was one of those drivers that hasn't really been racing here a lot. But it's good to have him back in the seat. I know he was in the YouTube a couple of times here in. I'm sorry, my train of thought got cut off. I see Kyler McCarthy say, y'all like my move in the YouTube chat, and David Smith said, shush up and drive, fool. That's right.
Gracious.
That's right now, Nick Cannon trying to get around that 25 of Kevin Click, but Kevin's just not letting him.
He said, y'all like my move? Is that what he said?
He said, y'all like my move.
And it was who that said that?
Kyler McCarthy. Yes, in the YouTube chat.
Man. I hope this guy doesn't have me unmuted while he's racing. That'd be embarrassing.
Oh, he probably does. I know whenever I used to race and I was being live streamed, I always watched it. I wanted to see my car on the track. That's all I wanted to see. Right now, we're going to go back up here on board with your top 5. Actually, top 6. I see Lucas Nilges now is in the picture. We'll scroll back here through the field. You see the 21 Orion Smith, Troy Wagaman falling off a little bit. And you see that 94 Orion Sword and the 53 of Bill Hells. Bill Hells was involved in one of those accidents earlier. So good to see him getting his way back up through the field. Matthew Fitz, who was also involved in one of those accidents early on, has got himself back up into that 12th spot. Aaron Staub in 12th. Jeremy Zarfos in 13th. William Hobart in 14th. Oh, as I say that, Stan Mayberry making a battle for that 14th spot. Good spirited run here for that 48 of Stan Mayberry as well, up 15 spots. As I see William Brown up there fighting for position right now.
Yeah, we're seeing some of these guys still just mixing it up. It looks like the 7 has lost speed here.
Yeah.
Maybe used the equipment up a little bit too early. But it does seem like the 9 of William Brown has something to say, possibly. But Kevin Click right now doing an excellent job to start to pull a little bit of a gap here from this second place driver. And you got to think with Ken Baum Jr. maybe making a run here, he could maybe get a little bit more of a gap if he starts to race William Brown. But it seems like the pushes down the straightaway are going to keep that gap as small as it can be right now.
Yeah, as we're seeing, Lucas Nilge's not really making up any positions. Nick Cannon is falling all the way back to that 5th spot. So, like you said, just using up that equipment early on in those very early runs, he's falling back to that 5th spot. Michael Zuver up 28 positions right now in that 4th spot. So, one of those drivers that is just not showing his hands in early on races. He's going to show you these 1.5s might be his thing. As I'm seeing Carson Pittman right now coming into the frame, about to go a lap down. Unfortunate for that Ford machine here at the Pittman Coatings 225. Ooh. See that front right damage for that 4. Unfortunate for him. Now William Brown starting to get up here and give Kevin Click a run for his money. And as I say that, Ken Baum looking to the inside. Nope, he's just going to go ahead and tuck it back up behind that 9.
Yeah, it seems like the action here is through the field, Chris, has kind of come to a halt here so far in this late run.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ticker right now. I don't really see any battles for position. Everybody's just kind of stagnated out. I mean, Bill Hells is all over the 94. That is your closest car as far as position. Kyler McCarthy also looks like he is in a battle with that 8 of Kip Easley, but he is going to lose a little bit of position. So now Kyler and Caitlin have met back up in the pack. Just 19 and 20 positions lower, or 18 and 17 lower position than they want to be. We'll go back up here on board with your leaders. William Brown still trying to get up here to that 25.
He's shrinking that gap, Chris. You got to think Kevin Click might be either losing the race car a little bit or the 9 is just finding some speed here big time. He's starting to move to that. Oh, big loose there for a second. He's going to chase it for a second with the rear end. He's going to grab it, and he's going to pick up a little bit of speed there still on corner exit. And we're going to see what Kevin Click can do here. Chris, you know, I was just kind of hanging out there for a moment. I was kind of enjoying listening to you call the race, and I had to remember, holy crap, man. I'm here too. I got to say something now, but you're doing a good job there, Chris. I got to say that. That was one of those things, you know, you always say that I'm the guy that's got to do the talking. I do all the heavy lifting with the talking, but I think you did a good job right there. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Thank you.
Whoa, I was enjoying myself listening to you talk, just having the call in the race. I was like, man, that's like, oh crap, you know, I'm kind of here too. You need to start saying something. And speaking of saying something, Chris, William Brown is saying something right now with that number 9 Prestige Worldwide Chevy Camaro. He's looking fast here in this late run here. Is lap 98 of 150. It is the Pittman Coatings 250 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. If you're just now joining on board with us, or excuse me, 225, I said 250, but if you are just now joining on board here with us, oh, Ken Baum! It's been a night like that. Banging around, getting all loose, and we've had some wrecks. We've had going from 4 wide to wrecking. We've had just one car driving over the nose of somebody wrecking. We've had just it all. We've seen it all here tonight. It's been a very random night here, but it also has been a very competitive night. We've had, what, 4 cautions in total, Chris, right? 5? 4?
I want to say 4 cautions in total.
4 cautions in total. I say we've seen everything, but really we haven't seen it all, man. It's been a hell of a race, and right now our competitors up here in the top 5 are still giving it everything they got, and you got to think, if you're Michael Zuver right now, started in that, what, 32nd position, he's having a good time right now, Chris, rolling up here in this top 5. Especially sitting on the podium position right now here in that 3rd. And he's got what looks like a car that's gaining speed here in the late run, Chris. You got to think he's loving this green flag condition. Michael Zuver's looking very good right now in that Ford Mustang.
Yeah, something that you're really wanting to look for is consistency. That's something that a lot of drivers don't really understand. very early on in their I guess driving career, as you would say. There's something that really took me a long time to understand. Everybody thinks about you have to go out there and be as fast as you possibly can. Well, to be fast, you have to be consistent. And if you're consistent, you see what's happening. You can move your way up through the field. All you have to do, that's why they called Mark Martin Mr. Consistency. It's why he almost won a championship and only won like 4 races that season. Just goes to show you that if you're if you can keep that race car underneath you. Whoa, as I'm talking about it, William Brown keeping that race car underneath him.
Oh, he's still in the wall. Looks like he was getting the right rear all up against the quarter. The right rear quarter panel all up against the wall, I should say. Excuse me.
Yeah, as you were saying, Josh, sorry. I heard chat going off there for just a second. Might be listening to driver chat. You're seeing that 31 on track. I want to say that's the 31 of Steven Overstat going a lap down. But, William Brown was getting really loose there in that corner, having to chase it up the track, getting into the wall just a little bit. I mean, he was able to save it, though, still holding on to that second spot. But like we were saying, Michael Zuver is knocking on that door. He is trying his best to get up here into that second spot. And then you see, Ken Baum in that fourth spot, still trying to hold on. We saw he had a little bit of an issue there a couple of laps ago, and he fell back to that fourth spot. But he is still able to hold on to this top speed pace. And you're also seeing Ryan Smith trying to get up here and battle it out with these guys, just not having the same amount of space. Got about a second and a half between him and Ken Baum. You see behind him Troy Wagaman and then Lucas Nilges in that 6th and 7th spot. As I say that, it looks like Kevin Click might be under battle or under fire from that 9 machine. It looks like that outside lane might have been working.
Brown to the inside.
Big drive.
He might have done the old switcheroonie there. And it looks like it's going to stick.
Oh, big drive
Kevin
there for
fighting
the
back to the outside. Man, if that was a race for the finish, that would have been awesome looking. Sure, it would have been a lot tighter if it was right for the finish. But Michael Zuver, man. Whoa! There's William Brown loose again. He is just definitely eating that right rear up. Yeah. Whoa, and he's going to get right there in front of Ken Baum, and Ken Baum's going to have to push him down into the corner.
See William Brown go to the top lane. That's probably where you're going to see a lot of drivers start moving up. That's what I was saying earlier on. A lot of these drivers deciding when they were going to move to the top lane. That's where your speed is going to go. You're going to have to get out of the gas, maybe a little bit more or a little bit less. It's going to be a little hairier up there on that top lane. You get into the wall, looks like maybe William Brown might have touched it, but that's what you're worried about is if you get loose up in that top corner, you're going to lose a couple of positions. Is Zuver getting tight up into the 2? Starting to lose a little bit of position is that 96. Still holding on to it. As I'm seeing Caitlin Height just came down pit lane. She decided to go ahead and say, all right, these tires just ain't cutting it. I will say, though, we have a caution right now. It's a big brain move. Also see Tyler Rush coming out of pit lane right now. So Kevin Click here at lap 109, coming to lap 110 this next time by. Already halfway over and 10 in the book. This race is looking really good. A lot of drivers showing their hand here. Like we were saying, Michael Zuver, I do know that does get caught up in a lot of accidents. So not really able to show his talent out there on the track, but it goes to show if you can just have a clean race car, you can show how much speed you have underneath you. And, maybe this is his track. I know I have a couple of tracks, RIP to Auto Club, but at least in Sim, we still have it. But
it'll live forever through Sim.
But my favorite track to race at, I could get top fives. Now Iowa is always going to be my favorite track, hands down.
And if we're
But
talking tracks like that, Chicagoland.
I
Oh,
mean,
Kyle McCarthy pitting this time. We might see some drivers coming out on pit road here soon to follow trend.
yeah, those were a lot of the drivers that did not take tires that last caution. We see, whoa, Kyler McCarthy a little hot. That might have been a
He
speeding
might have
penalty.
just got caught speeding.
Yeah, might have
Get
just
the
got
fine
caught.
book out because that 24 might have to make a pass-through penalty. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's got to stop and go or if it's a pass through. Have to keep an eye on that 24, see if it says he comes down pit lane again. But if he was speeding, that is definitely a black flag. We'll see if we'll have the who is the flagman?
Fred the flagman.
Fred the flagman. We'll see if Fred Flagman starts waving that black flag for that 24 Kyler McCarthy. Right now, I'm looking at the battles on track. It looks like these leaders have kind of singled out. We see the space between Zuver and Smith, and then you see, whoa, caution's out. Ryan Sword.
Ooh, 94 into the wall here.
See if we can go back and see what happened with that 94. Oh, it looks like Bill Hells got loose. Looks like on that outside lane, Bill Hells just got loose.
And he's going to loosen up, Chris. Right there on corner exit. You see it snap. Right there. Oh, that's netcode contact,
Yeah,
too. Not even
also
actual contact. But I have been seeing, if you watch YouTube channels of iRacing, a lot of content creators talking about netcode issues. And if you just race a lot, you've witnessed it firsthand. So we have been seeing some netcode issues. We know it is a new season. Sometimes with these seasons, you get random bugs in iRacing, and I think it might be one of those things. Just they're gonna have to iron out some netcode here within the next couple hot fixes, and I think we'll be good to go. But could also be if you're having a ping spike as well. Might not always fall on iRacing, but did see where some people were complaining about that netcode issue. But we'll get back up here on board, Chris. We got Kevin Click leading the crew into pit road. We'll see how the field is going to do and how they're going to get mixed up here. Will drivers take 2? Will drivers take 4? Will some take gas only like we've seen throughout the race? What's going to happen? Who's going to come out first? This is going to be a race off pit road here in just a moment as we get right here to the end. That looks like the 14 car. That is Steven Overstock. Not that he's coming in late. Okay. There comes Ken Baum Jr. There comes William Brown. There goes Kevin Click. It looks like Kevin Click's going to beat him by a country mile. But Ken Baum Jr. is going to gain the spot he's been trying to get from Michael Zuver and William Brown for what feels like probably the last 100 laps to him. But speaking of Michael Zuver, he's going to drop about 3 positions there on that pit road cycle. He's going to fall back to 7th. But your top 10 coming out of pit road is Kevin Click, Ken Baum Jr., William Brown, Ryan Smith, Troy Wagaman Jr., Lucas Nilges, Michael Zuver, Matthew Fitz, Jeremy Zarfos, and William Hobart makes up your top 10. As we'll go through the rest of the field at the moment, Nick Cannon sitting in 11th. He's been up as farthest as leading the race here. We see Daniel Holdcroft in 12th position with Aaron Staub in 13th. Overstock, that's Stephen Overstock in 14th position. You'll see Stan Mayberry in 15th with Shane Weldon in 16th currently. It is George Wood, who was our first caution of the day, actually. He's going to be sitting in that 16th spot, 17th spot. Whichever he's sitting in after they come down pit road, looks like it's going to move him up to 15th. Weldon's going to go into pit road. He's going to surrender 17th to Josh Markle. Bill Hills 18th, Andrew May 19th, Jimmy Barr 21st, Kip Easley 22nd, Caitlin Height 23rd, Carson Pittman 24th, 25th is going to be Chris Lynn. And you see Ryan Sword in 26th, Tyler Rush 27th. Looks like Kevin Gibney Jr. in 28th still out on the track, and he is 3 laps down. You got Kyler McCarthy 3 laps down as well in 29th. Ooh. Joshua Gaiman down 5 laps from a disconnect earlier, and then Joshua, so you see Bingham and Robbie Bice being scored in 31st, 32nd, and 33rd. They are all out of the race cars since lap 47, 38, and 34. What does it say on the ticker, Chris? That's the 6th caution of the night or 5th?
7th.
That's our 7th? Okay, dang,
7th
I'm 2
caution.
behind. Doesn't feel like 7 cautions. It feels like we've had some really good racing here still, despite the cautions.
Race. No, this has definitely been a really good race.
That iRacing Ford Mustang going to turn left here in just a moment, Chris. It's going to be all hell breaks loose here. And I don't think 7 is going to be the lucky number here tonight. I think we're going to go more than that here on the cautions. And we're going to get back to green flag racing. And now, as Fred the Flagman is waving it, and it's going to be the turn 2 terribles. Kevin Click Machine off to a great start, but William Brown, he's going to follow suit on that inside lane. He's also going to get off to a great start, and he's actually going to go up there and cut the nose off of that too of Ken Baum Jr., and he is going to take that 2nd place position. And there comes Troy Wagaman Jr. in that number 20 machine. He is sitting in that P4 with Lucas Nilges and Ryan Smith there, who is your original pole sitter, who has not been able to find speed here. Or at least I should say the speed to go up there and lead the race again since that first lap of the race, since he sat on pole in qualifying.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of drivers really getting shuffled around here. William Brown still trying to make up as much positions as he can. He's got one more to get before he gets that top one. He'll be up 27 positions after that. But Kevin Click is not giving up that room at all. You're seeing another crossover. Whoa, back there. Looks like we're going to keep it going. Who is that? That looks like maybe.
Oh, they're about to wreck. That re-entry was sketchy. I don't know who re-entered, but it looked sketchy.
Holdcroft. Looks like
they're going to get it gathered back up. They're going to keep rolling, and woo-wee!
Yeah, that was not a good turn of events there. That could have been really a lot worse than it was. But while we were going through that, William Brown did take over the lead. So up 27 positions is that Prestige Worldwide number 9 of William Brown, showing a lot of speed here in this late run, middle to late run.
See if he can hold on to the right rear, though, this time, Chris. We saw him getting big loose there in the earlier run, but Kevin Click going to come to the inside. Oh, my goodness. They're not going to shut the door. Yeah, I don't think it was as close as it looked from that angle, but he definitely still shut the door on that 25. Troy Wagaman to the inside peeking here.
Yeah, this is what we're looking at right now. Ken Baum.
30 to go.
30 to go. Lucas Nilge's fastest lap of the session, 29.76. Good lap there from that 3 machine. Seeing a battle on that outside lane is that 2 and 25. I'm wondering how long it's going to take them drivers to go up there a lot more. We've seen the top lane has a lot of speed. You just have to go up there. And we haven't seen a lot of drivers that are staying down in this middle low. Now that they have better tires, they're going to run this lower line a lot more. You know, if we didn't have tires, I would say it would be the middle or the middle to top. But now that we've got newer tires, I just see we're going to be shredding them.
Kevin Click with a big run here on the outside lane. Ken Baum Jr. following suit. They're into the wall almost a little bit. But there goes the 25 all the way down to the apron from the top lane, 3 wide. And Ken Baum Jr., he's going to file in. William Brown right behind. He's going to go to the outside. This battle is heating up here, Chris. Under 30 laps to go for what it feels like, man, is the race of these guys live here at Las Vegas. This has been insane here tonight, man.
Yeah, this has been really insane. Whoa, as you saw the 20 getting loose down there on that white line. He's washing up into the 9. Whoo, it's starting to get a little dicey. Now we're 25, almost 25 laps to go. This is where all the gloves are starting to come off. Now everybody's got to make up as much track position as they can to be here for a good finish. But we're not counting out anybody yet. Seeing a lot of drivers through the field.
21 Ryan Smith starting to show his hand, it looks like, finally, Chris.
Yeah, like I said, Josh, now we're coming up to 25 laps to go. This is where you're going to start seeing a lot of moves. Ken Baum to the outside, maybe.
William Brown saying, I got a couple pushes into the corner I can pay you back with. And what did I say? Ken
Whoa,
Baum
he's
was
still
pushing
loose.
that 9
He's still
earlier
loose.
into the corner big time, and I'm thinking the 9 was going to pay him back. He pays him back right as I say it, Chris.
Oh, my goodness. And you saw him. He was loose, and he was still bumping him.
Hey, the 9 was saying, hey, you were all over me earlier, probably. I'm going to be all over you. Not saying that I think Ken Baum deserved it, but I think in the 9's head, he probably thinks he deserves it as a driver. You get mad over the smallest things, and maybe those pushes he was receiving earlier was maybe a little bit too far into the corner to his liking, and he's going to give it back to Ken Baum. I saw it coming. I saw the way they were driving earlier. I saw Ken get him loose, I think, one time on a push, and I was like, oh, it's going to come back if they get back up to it like that.
Whoa!
It does come back, and speaking of coming
Fitz.
back, looks like we might be coming back to the caution flag this time. Matthew Fitz! Oh, that's going to bring the caution out. He locked her down as best as he could, man.
It looks like it might have been another Jaden Bingaman moment. Actually, I take that back. You see a big run there from the 3.
Those are teammates.
See, no, it wasn't as almost avoidable as, or well, I say almost avoidable. It wasn't almost as close of a gap as Jaden Bingaman's was, but man, you saw it, just the 3 getting a big run there and really just getting into the back of the 69 and getting him around. Unfortunate. Hope that that tire on the 69 doesn't.
Indeed.
I saw Jaden Bingaman while Matthew Fitz was right turning. That 3 got into a wheel, so hoping he didn't get into a tie rod.
You said Jaden Bingaman?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean Jaden Bingaman. I'm sorry. I was looking at the timer and I saw his name. Excuse me, the 3 of Lucas Nilges. He got into that right or that left rear tire as he was turning right. So you got to hope that no wheel damage to that 69 machine. Still down pit lane, 53 seconds.
Extensive damage repair here.
Jimmy Barr down pit lane, Daniel Holdcroft, Chris Lynn, Tyler Rush, and Aaron Staub. Shaden Weldon is out on track, excuse me. Matthew Fitz still down pit lane, 1 minute and 15 seconds now. Kevin Gibney sitting in pit lane for 47 seconds. And then I see Carson Pittman down pit lane for 3 minutes right now. So a little bit of damage repair. I see Fitz still in pit lane. So I have to keep an eye out on that. I see a lot of drivers taking damage repair, it looks like.
And we're getting close to being to 20 to go here, Chris. You got to expect drivers are going to go all out here, especially these drivers that want to get up there and lead the race. I mean, some of these drivers have been stuck behind each other for the last 30, 40, 50, 60, upwards to 70, 80 laps. I mean, so it's time to make your moves now. So I'm sure we'll see some aggressiveness come out here in this next green flag run.
So I'm seeing Kyler McCarthy said he had a double penalty. So unfortunate for the 24 machine, had a double penalty. And then Fitz not wrecking off a teammate challenge, impossible edition. That's what David Smil just said.
Fitz not wrecking in general challenge. Nah, I'm just kidding. Everybody knows Matthew Fitz is like my favorite driver. So that's why, like, you know, you got to bully yourself.
You're hearing it here. Bias in the booth.
Nah, I mean, I can't help it, man. Matthew Fitz is my favorite, dude. I want to be just like him. Oh, wait, I am. We both get wrecked out by everyone else's unfortunate wrongdoings. I cope with them, dude. I can't help it. My bad. As we'll get back to racing here, man. And you got to think, Chris, like I said, aggressiveness is going to be the name of the game here. These guys are going to take what they can get and not give anything.
Yeah, 21 laps to go, excuse me. We're going to have to see if everybody's got the gloves to throw them off. We've got a lot of drivers that have fresher tires. I see Caitlin Height's already moved up 3 positions from when we just started. So that's something that I'm watching for, is a lot of these drivers that were on fresher tire or older tires that got held back, that were quick up here in the front. That's who I'm watching. Oh, seeing how fast these guys are going to be taking it. Oh, as I see right now, William Brown giving a push to that 25 of Kevin Click, 20 of Troy Wagaman Jr. on that inside lane. We'll see if he could stick out on that inside lane. Doesn't look like he's got the momentum. That outside lane just looks a little faster.
I don't know, man. That outside lane looks fast at the moment, but it's also corner, and it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to get. Oh, my goodness. Troy Wagman and the 9 made contact.
Oh, my goodness. Good save.
Not only a good save, but he's still on speed, Chris.
Still on pace. Man, that 20 just took a shot and kept going.
Red alert. Or should I say brown alert, pucker factor.
Yeah, William Brown's had a couple of his own Brown moments tonight. As you're seeing, the 3 of Lucas Nilge's doing a crossover, going to the inside.
Here comes that big move from William Brown to the lead. Oh, and he took a shot to the 25. William Brown's just out there playing Wreckfest tonight, man. He's letting everybody get a shot of his car.
Yeah, the 9 playing patty cake with the 25, going up there and saying, hey, man, I'm down here on this bottom lane.
Well, we know what we said, Chris, right here at the end. It's going to get aggressive, and he's showing it. He's not afraid to go up there, and I don't think he meant to go up there and hit him. I know William Brown's a clean driver, so just out there racing hard, man. And I say a clean driver, and these guys are going to get into each other. It's like I'm a wreck magnet for him.
3 of Lucas Nilge's going to try to give the 9 a push to get him away from
that. It's scary the way he linked up there for a second.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to give him a little bit of a push to get away from that 20 getting into the wall. We do know that, yeah, they're not on the same teams, Lucas Nilge and William Brown, but they've still been on the same team, and they're still, you know, you can still have friends that you work with on the track, or you have friends that you work with on the track, so that's something we're looking for. The 9 trying to maybe go to the outside here. He was on that back bumper as much as he could be.
Yeah, William Brown trying to roll this outside lane here. He's going to get speed off corner, and that's going to allow him to go back to the inside. Around goes the 13 of William Hobart. We got caution out here. Lap 135. It looks like a single car wreck. 13 of William Hobart. Not sure who he got off the front end of.
Man, a lot of front end damage, it looks like, to that 13. See if we can go back and catch a marker. Doesn't give me a marker. So we'll have to do the good old blockbuster rewind. We're going to start calling it the full throttle rewind. As riding on board here with that 13, we'll see what happens. It looks like, oh, it just gets off the front end of Lucas Nilge's. Man, unfortunate. That 13 was on a really good tear up here. But we're going to watch it here again. You see just coming out of the corner, the 3 and 13 just make contact. And there's really not much the 3 can do at that point. It's just kind of push them out of the way like you see happen. See if we can go back on board here with that 3 of Lucas Nilge's. I want to say Jimmy Barr coming down pit lane. George Wood also down pit lane. Yeah, as you see it, just trying to go for the same place on the track at the same time. As I'm seeing David Smith saying gloves are about to come off and feelings are about to get hurt. The Thunderdome is about to become thundery, which is always one of my favorite parts of the night. I get to go lay down in my bed, get on my phone on Discord, and I just get to Yeah, I kind of, how they always say the joke about older people. Whenever you go and you sign up for something, you have to scroll a wheel to get to your birthday year. That's kind of how I do it with the Thunderdome. I just kind of scroll really fast, scroll, get to the top because they always clear it out at the beginning of the day. Scroll all the way to the top and just read, and it's always a lot of fun. Yeah, and I was actually about to say that, David. I see he's pointing out in the YouTube chat. Josh, look who's back up here in the top 5.
I was gonna say those Nitro drivers, Turn 2 Terribles, or not Turn 2 drivers, Lady Liberty drivers, were on a good run, but it seems like Caitlin Height now is the only one out of all of them really left up here to do much. As you see, Steven Oberstadt, and he's really the only other one as well. So it seems like all the Nitro drivers have pretty much clocked out for the night, and they were on that strategy earlier with saving tires. You got to think, Chris, it's come back to possibly help them here in these late run cautions, and we'll see what's going to happen here as Caitlin Height is on those, is on those tires that may possibly help her out here. She did pit at lap 114 like everyone else, but I'm not sure. I know we've had a lot of pit strategies, Chris, here. You got to think they might be on a fresher set than everybody else.
She came down at 127.
27? It said 114 for me.
Everybody came down at
114. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Once again, I was looking one up.
She might have saved that last set of tires.
So I'm pretty sure they've got a set that nobody else does. For sure they do. They stayed out so much more. So it's going to be interesting, man.
Well, right now it looks like William Brown has come down 4 times possibly, maybe for fuel and go. I do know I see a lot of drivers coming down pit lane only 3 times.
Well, there's only 4 sets of tires, and we've had way more than 4 cautions, and I know people have pitted way more than 4 times throughout the field, son, so we'll find out. Green, green, green.
Oh, William Brown a little loose on that outside lane. But he's got it underneath him. Let's see if he can get wound up and charge back up there to the front, or if Troy Wagamans has anything to say. And as I'm saying that, Caitlin Height to that inside lane on those fresher tires. This could be where we see that 11 get up here and take over the lead. On almost 15-lap newer tires.
Ooh, tight off the corner. Wagaman to the lead. Caitlin Height to the back bumper of the 25 of Kevin Click. They're going to link up going into 1 and 2. It's 2 wide. 2 rows back as we'll see what they're going to do here. And who is going to be the fast car? Who's going to find the speed? Who's going to make the move? We're coming to 10 to go this next time by.
As I'm seeing...
As Wagaman to the lead on the bottom.
Whoa, is that 25 getting a little tight? But that's what I was saying. That 11 might be on fresher tires, but if she's got, she's got to get through this gaggle of race cars in front of her. You see her taking that inside lane.
There's her opportunity, but not going to stick. Got to go to the inside here. Got to go to the inside here. But it's not going to stick again. That outside run, when they get 3 cars like that, they're making the speed they can. And right now, Caitlin is just having to do what she can. She might get collected William Brown here. They are racing tight off the corner.
Yeah, but you have to. Like I always say, kind of imagine reaching out and grabbing a hold of the open window and just holding on to the car. This is the Kevin Click making a move to the outside. He's all the way up to the top. You're going to see 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Caitlin Height to second place. Still 3 wide back there.
Wreck. No, they're not. They're saving it. They're might going to roll. They're tight. Whew. And you got to think Caitlin Height's loving this, because she knows Troy Wagaman Jr. is easy work if she's on those fresh tires. New leader 11, Caitlin Height here at lap 143.
Yeah, we're just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on back here. She's still got Troy Wagaman.
Oh, and there goes Ken Bomb Jr. Overstop to the wall. Caution out.
Whoa.
26. Is that Jaden Bingaman?
Jaden Bingaman. As I see the 2 of Ken Baum.
No, that wasn't Jaden Bingaman. He's still out of the race.
Ken Baum just towed.
Oh, yeah, I think he's done for.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
Yes, I saw him doing a lot of spins.
Calm down, Elliott Sadler. Jeez Louise.
As we see right there, he's already out of the gas. He got loose in turn 2. But, oh, you just see the 14 there. The 14 just collected him up. It looks like he was trying to go up the track just a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
And you see Ken Baum going around there. Big shot. Oh, yeah, that car is done. That car is done. That is a massive shot. There's a ride on board with that 2 machine. See it from it. You see right there, he's loose. He gets out of it. Just doesn't see him.
I mean, that is a big hit.
That is
a big hit here tonight.
That is one of those where you just take your hands off the wheel, put them on your chest.
Or in my case, as soon as you hit the wall that hard, you're already alt F4 and standing up out of the rig.
Yeah, we also saw Steven Overstat go around off of that. We'll see what happened with them. Huh, not sure what marker that's from. All right, we'll just back it up from here and see if we can.
Oh, that's why Zuber said 140 laps and you can't hold it straight. Zuber got caught up. I didn't even realize that was him. It all happened so fast.
Oh, just a big smack into the wall, and that's what happened. It's just that slap that Zuber got into the wall. That's what killed that race car. Oh, was right on board here with that 96 machine. See that run outside, just that slap to the wall, and the car just bounces off the wall, and you see what happens.
That's a 33 gaming.
Man, unfortunate there for the 96. That was such a fast race car. Such a fast race car.
I mean, Kaylin Height's going to have a good restart here. I mean, this race isn't sealed for her, but it's definitely going to be a little bit easier here on this outside lane, opposed to being 2-3 cars back, second, third row. So we'll have to see what this 11's going to do here. If Wagaman's got anything, he is going to make that race car as big as a double wide trailer, man. He is going to be trying to hold some track position, if you know what I mean. He is going to be doing whatever he can, rear view mirror driving. I mean, Chris, anyone in this top 5 right now, I feel like could really in the top 10 could make a run for it with the way we've seen the field just mixing up here all night. So pace car is off. Could be for the last time tonight. Chris, what's your over under? 50-50. Heads or tails? What you think we're doing here? Cautions, no more cautions?
I think we're gonna have at least one more.
One more?
I think with these
we'll find out.
5 laps, it's gonna be kind of crazy.
Gloves. Pull on them gloves, pull them belts tights. Green, green, green. Here we go. And like I said, Caitlin had to get a good restart, Chris. She did not get the best restart. She's going to be on that outside lane here, but we'll have to see. William Brown going to try to hold that middle lane to slow up her run just a little bit.
Yeah, right now that outside.
Whoa, big block coming from him. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, she might get a better run into this corner, though. Maybe not. Oh, William Brown getting a little loose. A little tight. She's into the wall. She's able to keep it straight, though. The 9 was there. Was able to kind of be that little bit of a cushion that she needed. Three laps to go. This is where it's going to get crazy.
Oh, my goodness. Caitlin's run is here. This is where she's going to have to try to make the move. Troy can only block so much.
All right, going to be watching the ticker for any cautions.
Looks like she's going to try to save this move here, Chris, for the white flag. What has Caitlin Height got for us? They're being shown the white flag. They got to make it to the stripe. This race is official, Chris. 1 lap to go. Troy Wagaman Jr., Caitlin Height, William Brown. Bring us home, drivers.
Big push there from the 11. I saw the 20 getting loose.
She's going to have the crossover set up, going into 3. Here comes Massive the 11.
Push. Massive push.
He's going to go up to block. Does she got the run coming out of the corner? They're going to be right here to the line. Chris, the 11 going to open it up, and it looks like the 20's going to have enough. He is, and she's even already saying, good run, good job, Troy Wagaman Jr. The Turn 2 Terribles machine going to bring it home for the race victory here, and his first win of the Full Throttle season here in this early season. And what a run from our Full Throttle Cup Series drivers tonight. The Pittman Coatings 225 got to be a very good race here tonight at Las Vegas. If not, great race. That was an awesome show right there.
Yeah, good driving from all of our drivers. Just a big shout out to everybody. You know, hey, you proved me wrong. I thought there was going to be another caution, but proved me wrong. See a little bit of bumping there going on from the teammates. See, the thing that I love about Turn 2 Terribles is when one of them wins, they all win.
You're not wrong, Chris. They know how to party, man. And Troy Wagaman definitely knows how to party here tonight, dude. What an excellent run here at Las Vegas. You can make a gambling joke. You can say you put all the chips on the table, whatever you want to say, all those ha-ha Vegas jokes. But he went out there, Chris, and he took it to the field. He definitely was, I would say, the class of the field there on those long runs. It seemed like he had very good speed. And even right there, being on a little bit less paced tires, he was able to hold off a very hard-charging Lady Liberty Motorsports 11 of Caitlin Height. And he's going to take home, Chris, his first win of this early season. And that's not the first win for Turn 2 Terribles. I forgot, what's his name, Overstock. Didn't he get a win? He's Lady Liberty, so never mind, I lied. I'm dumb. As, yep, looks like we do have our results up on screen. Troy Wagaman Jr. Yeah, you see them down there in the bottom left. Yeah, I noticed that too. I wasn't going to say anything either until you started giggling in my ear there. Troy Wagaman Jr. going to bring it home in P1 here tonight. Caitlin Height in P2. It'll be William Brown on a spirited run from 28th to 3rd place in that 9th position. Or, excuse me, that 3rd position in that 9 machine. Kevin Click bringing it home in 4th with Lucas Nilge's 5th. Jeremy Zarfo 6th with Ryan Smith in 7th. Andrew May 8th. Bill Hells 9th. Kip Easley 10th. Daniel Holdcroft 11th. Nick Cannon 12th. Jimmy Barr 13th. Tyler Rush 14th. Chris Lynn 15th. Josh Markle 16th. Stan Mayberry 17th. George Wood 18th. Stephen Overstock 19th. William Hobart 20th. Shane Weldon 21st. Kevin Gibney Jr. 22nd. Kyler McCarthy 23rd. Joshua Gaiman 24th. Carson Pittman 25th. Michael Zuber 26th. Ken Baum Jr. 27th with Aaron Staub 28th. Ryan Sword going to finish 29th here tonight with Matthew Fitz 30th. Unfortunately, Joshua Susie taken out early there with that 31st place finish. Jaden Bingham as well. Big shot to the outside wall. Ended his night early. And Robbie Bice going to finish in 31st. Jaden Bingham in 32nd, excuse me. And Robbie Bice in that 33rd position. Let's see, do we have any interviews ready? And it does look like all three, man, they are ready to talk. I think they're ready to get out of Las Vegas just as much as us, Chris. We're going to go ahead and bring up Troy Wagaman Jr. and have a word with our first-time race winner this season. Troy Wagaman Jr., Chris, and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I got to say, an excellent race from you tonight. You're bringing home not only your first race win of the season, but bringing home the first race win of the season for the Turn 2 Terribles. We definitely saw a lot of big burnouts down there. Everybody celebrating. Seems like it was a good, big team vibe there tonight, but Troy, enough of that, man. We got to talk about you. You seem to have a fast number 20 Chevy Camaro out here tonight, and seemed like the Turn 2 Terribles really brought a great setup, not only for themselves, but for you as well. You were able to really be the class of the field there in those green flag runs, bringing a lot of speed, and even there at the end, making that car as wide as a double wide trailer right there, holding off the field and holding off Caitlin Height, who is charging through the field. Take us through how it feels to win here tonight, man, and again, congratulations on that first place victory here tonight.
Oh, thanks. It felt good. The guys gave me a really good car. Jeremy and Jimmy and Ken and Kevin, all them guys do they're really good at this, and this is really only my fourth asphalt race on iRacing, so helped me how to save tires there. And majority of that last run, I was just kind of biding, and then I was able to move up a groove on Kevin and get a run on him, and then Caitlin was really coming. I knew she had new tires, and the that last green flag run there, just drove as hard as I could because I knew she was gonna be hard to beat. It looked like we kind of pulled away.
Yeah, you guys did start to pull away there at the end of the run, especially coming out of four. We thought for a moment she was going to have the run there, but it did stall out. But Troy, like you said, man, you guys definitely brought a fast piece here tonight. I mean, definitely one of those tracks at Las Vegas. It's a difficult track for sure, and for your fourth asphalt race. And I said that a little bit backwards there. Um, it looks like it's coming out pretty good, man. I mean, hell, first place here, and fifth race of the season, first race for the Turn Two Terribles. I mean, it's got to feel good coming out on asphalt and finding success here so early.
Yeah, happy to get the win for the guys. Kevin and Ken were really good there. I think I just got lucky getting up front and right before that yellow, just beating Caitlin off two to have the restart. I could choose one to go was huge. If I didn't do that, I don't think we would have won. But we had a real fast car and were able to bring her home.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, however many races you've had on asphalt, it doesn't seem like it's been that little. But hey, for your first victory here tonight, Troy, again, we got to say a big congratulations, man. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything else before we let the 20 get out of here, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get on your way and enjoy the rest of your night here.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yep. Just got to thank Turn Two Terribles and Jeremy Zarfall's photography and all the guys back at Turn Two for getting me dialed in. And thanks you guys for the broadcast and the series here with Full Throttle Performance.
Heck yeah, Troy. Well, again, thank you for having a couple words with us up here for a moment, man. Again, congratulations on your first race win of the season, and hey, hopefully we'll be having a word here with you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. You as well, man. And that was Troy Wagaman Jr. going to go ahead and bring in second place finisher Caitlin Height and have a word with her. Caitlin Height, Chris and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Caitlin. It seemed like you guys and gals, had a good run there tonight with the Nitro team, the Lady Liberty team. But it seemed like one by one, disconnects. We had drivers wrecking there, and everybody started to fall off. But it seemed like there with the late tire strategy run, you guys were able to find some speed and almost where it seemed like maybe a lap or two away from taking home the race victory. Take us through a little bit of your night here tonight and how you were able to piece back, together a good run here tonight, starting in sixth, falling back, and getting here tonight in second. Do you think just one more lap, maybe you might have had that run on Troy?
It's hard to say if I would have gotten around Troy at that stage of the race. I was trying to set him up or see where he was weakest, but didn't have enough time. And if I know I could have cut underneath, but just side draft and then just how much the car bogged down on the inside, I don't think I would have gotten him in just one lap. But yeah, the entire night was a lot of just trying to be patient. I knew what I had with the car, what would end up happening, and talking to some others and actually watching them on track, I could see them getting a little bit looser, and I was just able to really just stick the car on the bottom, especially in 3 and 4, and it would really rotate well without any of the snappiness. So, and with the tire strategy, it was a lot of just having faith that the entire our entire strategy was going to work out, and really it almost did.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys had a great strategy there in the Lady Liberty camp. I mean, almost caught right there at the end, like you said. Maybe a couple more laps. Who knows? I mean, it could have been a different story, but either way, to get your way back through the field, to have a great night here tonight. And was going to say, it seems like here early you've shown your hand on the road courses, on the super speedways, on the 1.5 miles here. I think the only thing we haven't seen is the short tracks. I mean, Caitlin, you've shown speed, and I think it's only a matter of time before we're going to see the 11 in victory lane. But if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before you want to get out of here, you're more than welcome to throw them out, and we'll let you get on your way and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank Fitz and Vice for putting on the series. Thanks to you guys up in the booth for broadcasting us here tonight. And want to thank the Lady Liberty Gimney Racing Division, Nitro Setups, all the other sponsors that I don't really remember just yet. A lot of friends probably watching right here tonight, especially Rain and Zeke, always two really good friends of mine that are probably tuned in to watch. But yeah,
Well, again, Caitlin, like we said, we're excited to see what you got going for us for the rest of the season. Excited to hopefully have a word with you again next week. But other than that, it's been fun, and hopefully we'll be having a word with you here soon. Enjoy the rest of your night, and it was fun talking to you.
thanks. Here's hoping.
Thank you. And that was Caitlin Height. Going to go ahead and bring up our third interview of the night. It'll be William Brown. William Brown, Chris and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Oh man, I am doing good. I'm sure you're having a little bit of one of those, like, goodness gracious, that was one of those nights. I mean, we saw the 9 machine all night, man, just battling. You started in that 28th position and kind of came through the field with Nick there. And it seemed like once Nick got the lead, he kind of stressed out the tires a little bit, but you were able to stick up there and have a really good run there tonight, William. It seemed like at any point you could have gotten up there and lead, but we did see some looseness there, maybe a little bit of the right rear getting used up some towards the later end of the run, and everybody kind of on mixed strategies. Take us through maybe that later run, William, and pick up there. And how do you think maybe changing up a little bit, maybe a little bit of a different strategy? Do you think you walk home a little bit different here tonight, or how do you think the race goes from your perspective from that point on?
Yeah, we came into this track. We came with a bit of a looser set. It wasn't so loose, on fresh tires, but as that run went on, it kind of wore them down a bit more. And I would get loose on entry if I was going a little too quick, didn't kind of wheel it up a bit, enough, and then just gently get on the throttle. And then coming out of turns, on that long run where me and Kevin Click were just battling for the longest time. It felt like I would have to start doing some counter steering, let the wheel kind of straighten out while I'm still turning, just to prevent it from really getting out from under me. And I think he might have been dealing with a little bit of the same. I saw him a few times kind of also have a bit of a loose situation coming out. And I did make an adjustment on that last pit stop where I tightened her up a little bit, thinking we were possibly going to get a longer run, or at least a full green run to finish it out from there. Turned out we got a handful of cautions. I had tightened my car up, added some pressure on my right sides to give some stability. And I really think I might have had a little something there at the end if it wasn't for basically me just getting a tighter situation. I wasn't able to really follow quite as well. So I did make adjustments, but it was for the worse in that case. But yeah, going forward, I don't think I really need to change anything. This is my third top 3 of the season so far. So, I'm feeling like it's just a matter of time. Give me a few more races and I might just pull out a win.
I mean, it is seeming like that, man. The Prestige Worldwide guys, you and Nick have shown, like we said, a lot of speed here early in the season. You even just said it yourself, 3 top 3s. I mean, you looked very well. I mean, here tonight, you looked awesome. I mean, it was some great racing you guys put on up there in the top 3, top 5 all throughout all night. It was really good racing. But yeah, like we said, man, if you've got anything else you want to throw out there, any final words, final thoughts, anything, we'll let you get out of here, William. And hey, we're excited to hopefully be talking to you for maybe a top 2 or that pole position, or that, or sure, I should say that podium position next week.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm not complaining about third, but a little bit of improvement wouldn't be, unwelcome. But yeah, and I just want to thank you guys here in the booth, doing a great job as always with the broadcast and calling our races. And, I want to give a shout out to my boys, Nick Cannon and Lucas Nilgis, who, we go around here, these races every single week now. And yeah, it's good to have the group all around. We put some speed out. I think our results this time around showed a little more of what we're able to do than previous races. So, yeah, I'm just proud of my team.
Okay, man. Well, it seems like you guys have had some good success over here the last couple of weeks. So, like we said, we're excited to see you going forward, William. And again, thank you for having a couple words with us here tonight, man. And hey, hopefully, like we said, we'll be talking to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your week, and yeah, good luck next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, man. You as well, man. Well, Chris, do you have any final words here for our Full Throttle faithful before we let them get out here and get the heck out of Las Vegas?
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody out there on the YouTube channel. You know, I don't get to really read the chat that much when we got a lot going on, but it was kind of tame tonight, so I got to reach over or look over and look at the chat. So want to thank David Smill for being in the chat and keeping me entertained over there with what he was saying. I mean, that was just that was funny. But big shout out to everybody that puts us on. Robbie, Fitz, everybody. There's so many names that I could sit here and list off that it's just people that really help this go around. Just a big shout out to everybody out on the YouTube again. Everybody that sits and watches this every weekend. We could not do this without y'all. What would be the point if it wasn't without you? So that's what we do, and I'm glad that we can do it. But big shout out to everybody that won tonight. Troy, Caitlin, William. I was gonna say earlier on, I made a statement about I don't know what they were thinking. I know what they were thinking now. They stayed out on those older tires to hopefully, like you were saying, they only had 4 sets. So that was a good strategy there from that 11. I was questioning it earlier, but then I was like, you know what? Now that we got towards the end of it, it started making a lot more sense. So it was good strategy from everybody. I also want to say William's getting really good. We've been watching this for a while. He's been showing a lot of speed. So yeah, William, man, you keep showing it. We might be talking to you another way, but just a big shout out to everybody that helps this go on, and can't wait to go into Homestead next week. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
This is going to be awesome at Homestead, Miami. Saying the low lane, middle lane, outside lane, ripping Chris. It's going to be an awesome show. But I think other than that, the show here is about to come to an end. It's been an awesome night here tonight at Las Vegas. We're excited to say that, man, it has been an awesome, awesome race. I mean, we saw really kind of first for everything, Chris. We got to see Troy Wagaman pick up his first win. We got to see, this streak of third places extended by William Brown to the season. He's doing good. And then Caitlin Height, like you said, you can't doubt the Nitro, Lady Liberty, even the Kevin Gibney Jr. strategies now, Chris. They're all on this same page. They all have team, and you should know that. She picks up a great P2. What, honestly should have been a first place if we don't have the cautions, but thankfully the cautions can save you, and it did save, maybe Troy Wagaman here tonight with a little bit of that tire difference. So other than that, with a great race, Chris, I think that's going to be us signing out here from Las Vegas saying we are so excited to go to Homestead next week. But once again, thank you to everybody on the YouTube chat. Thank you to everybody that shows up week in and week out to watch us and just hang out even if you don't chat. But big shout out to Robbie. Big shout out to Matthew, the guys that make this Full Throttle go around. And this has been Chris and Josh from the Pittman Coatings 225 signing out here from Las Vegas saying good night. And we will see you next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. at Homestead, Miami.